Okay, here we are today here on the inner east side of San Antonio, where we see a lot of builds like this, which are pretty much condos, townhomes that they call them. We got 3 here. Each one of these sold for about $450,000. But as we look here in the neighborhood, we can see that everything else in this neighborhood is pretty much single family homes, older homes, the original stuff that was always here. But what we are having here on the inner east side of San Antonio and around city center is just a bunch of properties being bought up, either demoed out and then new stuff built. They do a rezone and then they built several on one lot. So that was a 50 by 150 lot where they were able to drop 3 units. This house that's right over here is at 127 Dumlin. I said that correctly. This is coming at the upcoming auction here in Bexar County. Has an opening bid for $38,767. The house has an appraised value by the county at about $240,000. But as you can see, it's just a single family home. Looks in pretty decent shape right now. I think somebody's living in it. It's occupied. You can pick this up, rehab it, remodel it. You'll have a nice ARV on it because the area is up and coming and everything here is just going for more. And if you do a full rehab on it, you'll still have a nice ARV on this property. And you pick it up for, I don't know what it's going to go at an auction. I can predict that it's probably going to go somewhere between 80 and 100K. We can run the numbers on a full rehab later based off the square footage and all that stuff. But you can pick up something like this at auction in a nice appreciating area. Not only in San Antonio, you could do this in Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Waco. A bunch of cities are doing it. Really can't find these in Austin much, but it is getting super competitive in all those other bigger cities. San Antonio is still one of the great spots that I like, where you can still pick these up for under 100,000 or right at 100,000 in a still nice up and coming and appreciating neighborhood. But let's go check out an empty lot down the street from here to where, let's say if you wanted to go straight into a new build like that one. Okay, now here we are over at 113 Paul Street. As you can see, obviously it needs to be cut, but this is an over 9,000 square foot lot. This one is already zoned multifamily, so you could put up to 4 units on this lot, and we do have the space for it. This one is opening up for 13,000 and some change at the upcoming auction in October. But as you can see right next to us, right next to this lot, there's some new builds here. These new builds are going for 360,000 right now. And if we look further down here, the lot next to it is also going for sale. That lot next to it is about half the size of this one here at 4,600 square feet. And it's going for 112,000 right now, 112.5 right now for that lot right over there. But as you can see, we're able to squeeze 2 units on a pretty small lot here. They're doing 3 stories. On that one, you could put at least 3 to 4. I'd imagine you could do up to 4 with the current zoning right now. So that's a good thing about some of these, is some of these are already zoned and ready to go for multifamily builds, which is a good thing. You don't got to go through the rezoning process or variances or anything like that. But as you can see, you know, you could pick up a lot double the size of this one that they're trying to sell for 112. I predict this lot's going to be a heavy hitter at this upcoming auction. People are going to want this one because of the size, the zoning, the location, the value of it. So this lot, I predict this lot is going to go for about 80 to 100K, right? Just as much as almost that house we were looking at over there, but because of the size of it, the fact that there's nothing there now, and the fact that the zoning suits something like this makes it high value. So these are all just different factors you got to look at when looking at land versus a home. The zoning, the size, location, things like that. This one's also a little closer to city center here in San Antonio, which drives up value as well too. But yeah, this one is definitely going to go up there 80 to 100K easy. But if we look at this one selling for 112.5, we got double the size over here. So just running numbers in my head, we could ask about 225 for this lot if you just wanted to make a land move. But if you wanted to build, you're already ready to go here. So what's the catch, right? Why would you pick up a piece of land at auction at half the price that you could sell it for, right? What's the catch? There has to be a catch to being able to pick up stuff for so cheap versus what you get it for from a wholesaler or on the market or whatever. Well, the catch is that these properties have a redemption period. So the redemption period for that land is 6 months. The house, I haven't looked it up yet, but for the house, it could be anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. So that means you have to be willing to be patient and hold during that time. Right, that's the catch. That's the catch. You want the big reward at the end. Well, the catch is you just gotta wait. If you're in the fix and flip game, tax deed auctions are probably not the best for you because you need to get in and get out as quickly as possible. On top of that, you got to make sure you do your due diligence on the research, looking up any liens, back taxes, all that stuff that may be that you may be liable for. Once again, you might not be, just depending on what's on there and then what you end up buying the property for. This is all taught in the course, which I have on sale right now at taxdeedmentor.com. If you really want to know everything about it and be fully educated in this strategy, which may or may not work for you, it's all for sale right now. And I give all the answers on there. You know, I'm not out here trying to hook you and then keep selling you more and more stuff. No, I want you to know everything there is to know about this in one shot. It's something I wish I would have had when I first started doing this, because when I first started doing this, it took me almost a year of research, paying people, going to these little meetups, all that stuff. It took me a long time, a lot of research, paid a lot of money to learn it all. But then I know it. I figured it out. It's not the only strategy to pick up property. It's just one of the strategies to pick up property.